Hey everybody, Gears here, and this has not been too bad a day. I got a couple hours left, but I may as well shoot this now. Cleared out a whole bunch of insides of there to help the fit over on the pylon. Did a little filling around the edges here. That one was pretty good, but I'll probably get some glazing putty and do some more. Finished off this inside. This has to be a two-piece mold because this has to fit over that. Over here, yeah, so I took the razor blade, chunked out a few sections, and basically it's all this particle board was just wet. This is craft rings from Michaels. So there was a leak somewhere. I'm going to let this dry out not only today but probably also tomorrow to just let it sit in the sun. In fact, let's move it over into the sun right now to help it cook in even a little more. And up here, this was the bulk of today. I can't affect this line here. This is silver line represents where I need to add material to get symmetrical over to there. If you saw a recent video, grid lines I think it's called, this exposes all the math on that. Lots of little dimples around all over the place. I probably got too a little aggressive with the 600 grit and wet sponge sandpaper. Little in here to fill up. This shape is all good. So there does appear to be some variance between these two sides as to where the lines fall, and I have to pen this one into place. However, I'm thinking I can ascribe that to the wobbliness of the lines overall. I mean, here's a good example alone. Where is this line and how far off is it? Or this one here that meets and that one up there. So there could be just a little shift, and I'm thinking the difference between here and the difference between there is probably the fault of that. I'm just looking at some of the shape here. I need to raise a bit of a ledge there. Right now it just kind of scoops into place, so straight up and then some material there. And having this grid line is really good because you can watch the vectors go off and spin around, and it's a lot easier to visualize. But that's when you do have a grid, of course. I did 2 passes of sanding and 2 passes of the glazing putty to fill in some of the more egregious of all the wounds here. And what I really need to do is get myself 3, maybe 4 cans of some nice thick primer. I've been going with this cheap black and white stuff because it's cheap, but it's also very thin and it doesn't build up. A lot of this I think would go away under a few layers of primer. So it's just a matter of getting out to the store. And right now this is drying in the sun. It's probably all I'm going to do for today on this. I'm really tempted to paint it, but I want to keep the grid lines for as long as possible. And of course I can't affect down here at all until that space is filled back in. I think I'll be doing that with Ava's epoxy because I'll be able to form the shape a lot faster. However, I just spent the last little bit of it doing a few things, amongst which was the ramp here. This was the most of it, shifting that top point over center a little more, and it looks like I pushed even a little further than I should. I still got another hour or 2 to mess with it if I want, and it looks like I already have to correct what I've done just right there. And I gotta remember to keep the camera aimed at the subject. It's a little difficult with the sun and glare going on. All of that filled in. So that's a bit smoother of a droop, but it definitely needs more work going on over there. Over on this side, that's not too bad. It's easier to see it when it's level. Right now it's this crooked. But on camera, let's fix that. Yeah, so it's probably a little high right in there, or a little low in overall in here, depending on how you count it. Still a little bit of a droop down in here, but getting close, and that has me looking towards this here. We're now into early March. This has been sitting stripped like this for December, so that's coming on 3 months, mid-December, early December. I forget when we got that heat wave, but I thought I'd be able to get this all apart and spray some paint on it. Since then, we've had a lot of thunderstorms, rainstorms, and very cold days down into the 50s. Today it happens to be up around 72. This week it's looking like mid-high 70s, may hit 80 on one day, we'll see. Amongst all the things here, I'm debating whether to take the hood off and paint it separately. Pros and cons. Door, I have to take the mirrors off. It's time to take the door handle off. The weather stripping there, at the very least. Whether I do need to disassemble more of the interior door, and I'll be swapping the hinges out. All sorts of messy nightmare cleaning, and even if the window were up right now, there would still be a gap here for all this to fall through, so I'm going to have to be really careful about how I clean it. And when you consider that it's been even longer that it's been sitting generally and unwashed, there's a lot of filth on top. I'm probably going to just lightly sand it all off and call that clean, maybe an acetone wipe after that. We'll see. This window needs to come out at some point, and the closer I get to finishing the new strong back here, my new windshield, the better it'll be. And speaking to that, I made a plastic template of one of the sides so I'd be able to match it to the other side. This was the master side that I drew from. So I wanted to see where that lined up on here. And given a little variance here or there, the idea is that I'll have to drill into the body because this does not go all the way through, but I would have bolts attached inside of the form, which would then go through here as secure points. I thought I made this. I thought this was going to be underneath it, but I must have just missed it. And then these 2 points here, which normally hold on the Nissan emblem, drill through to the main body, and I can make some kind of connection there also to help keep this whole thing down. I'd rather not drill any other holes, but who knows, maybe, we'll see. Got to fill in these holes here, 1, 2, and then the antenna. I'm going to fill that in. The next owner, if they want, they can put it back, but I want a nice smooth body, and I'll probably hide any distortion with a decal or something like that. And that's a whole other side to the project, is getting on the vinyl cutter and doing all the designs that I'll need for that side of the project, but that should be relatively quick and easy. This door is coming off. It's getting entirely stripped and swapped out because of this damage here. Nearly $1,000 to repair it were the quotes, and that's crazy. So I have another door that's ready to go. The mirror, everything, that comes off. I'm not going to go crazy on cleaning the car. For example, I don't need to do down here, but all the critical areas will be getting a good wipe. Basically, the entire car will be getting a wipe down, but I'm going to focus more on the cabin areas that are more critical to me. And as to pulling this mirror glass window out, we'll see about that. I don't think I'll need a buddy to help, but it's definitely a process. Actually, I would, because someone will have to be inside to do the pulling on it. Well, anyhow, given all that, I think that's it for today. Thanks for watching. See ya.